Hi, I'm Mrs. Ogram. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and this video is about flipped learning. What is it and why do I do it? So I'm a maths teacher, and if you think about what a traditional classroom setting might look like, what a traditional lesson would be, you probably expect it to go through these sorts of stages. So I would get up and teach a concept to the class. While I'm teaching, the students would make notes. I'd pause and stop and let them write things down, that sort of thing. Then the students are assigned some work to practice the theory that I've just taught them. And then at the end of the lesson, they're sent away to finish that for homework. Now, the problem with that is they've done all the easy stuff with me in class. They're sent away with the harder things that are towards the end of sections of work usually that they need to figure out at home without the support of their peers or me to help them through that. So flipped learning turns that around. It reverses that traditional model. The theory is presented as a video that students need to work through before they come to class, and that's their preparation. Most of the time that's what their homework will be, to prepare for a lesson rather than work after a previous lesson. Students will then watch a video with my own instruction, take notes from that video and answer some questions based on the basics of what they've just watched. In class, we will then recap and go over any issues that came up from that video, anything that's not really making any sense. We give a chance to talk about those things and clear up any confusions. Then that means we can make more efficient use of our class in time to really make sure that the understanding is there and use the time to properly practice the theory and go on to the harder stuff. So the benefits means that class time isn't wasted on that easy stuff of making notes, me standing at the front of the room and writing things down for students to make their notes from. That can always be done at home. So that's not something that actually needs me stood in front of you to do. Students can then go through that theory at their own pace. You can pause a video, you can stop and take a minute to try to digest what you're learning. Or if you're finding it really quick, then you can just whiz through that without needing to stop for, maybe if you were in a classroom setting, perhaps a group of students that didn't understand it, you're not waiting for people to catch up. Those videos can then be replayed if anything needs repeating or if you forget it later on. And of course, they can be used for revision when you come to assessments. But the most important thing is it means that we can use our class time more effectively, so that we can use different activities. We can have more and better practice of actually using that theory. Instead of being sent away home to do those harder questions for homework, we can use the time in class to do those things. Now, what this means, if you're watching this as a student, it means you need to be fully prepared to keep up to date with the schedule that's been given to you. You need to prepare for classes before you come. You can't leave it to just winging it. If you miss watching those videos, you'll have missed out on the important theory. If you're watching this as a parent or whānau for one of my students, you can support your student at home by encouraging them to watch these videos and keep up to date with the schedule. You can ask whereabouts they're up to, what video they watched most recently, what they learned from it, how they're getting along with the whole process. And if you're watching this as another teacher, I'm more than happy to show people how this works. It's something I really believe in and has really benefited my students over the last few years. At the end of the year, I always ask them how they found it, and they've always been positive about the whole process and feels like it's a much better way for them to learn and something that they can take individual responsibility for their learning program and go at things at their own pace. All right, so that's all from me for now, and hopefully you get on with this program really well. And if you want to keep track of my channel and the videos that are on there for your course, you can go subscribe. Thanks.